Hey guys, Chris again here at Taxa Outdoors, coming to you live from the factory here in Houston, Texas. I wanted to showcase another one of our habitats here in Houston. It's my personal favorite. It's going to be our woolly bear. So as you can see, this is our woolly bear. This is going to be our overland edition. It's going to have some key upgrades. I like to call them cosmetic upgrades that are just going to add to your experience as a woolly bear owner. But we're going to walk through this unit real quick. So, right off the bat, this is going to be our kitchen storage area. So this is going to be mainly cooking, eating, storing food. We have a cooler slide out right here. But this is going to be your main kitchen area. You're going to have all of your kitchen storage items right here. You're going to have a control panel right here on the interior of your woolly bear. This is going to control all of your lights, your switches, your glass fuses, and then you're going to have some additional ports underneath there. We have a dual USB port and another 12-volt plug right there. Down below, you're going to have an additional storage space. So you're going to store your longer items like your chairs, your tables, fishing poles, things that are anything that long. But the width of the woolly bear is how much cargo space you have underneath. Right here in between is another cargo area. This area is mostly used for jerry cans like this one that I just pulled out. But if you want to put firewood down there, if you want to put extra cargo, you have that spacing right there. I referenced this quickly, but this is going to be our cooler slide out. You have room for a powered cooler. You do have a 12-volt plug on the interior, so it can be powered. It doesn't have to be. You're going to have your cutouts right here, so you can strap your cooler in your slide out. You can fit up to a 55 quart. I know on the 55 quart you're going to have some slight modification, but this is a 35. 35 and 45 would fit just fine. Moving on to the rear of the woolly bear, you do have a receiver on the back end. It's a 2-inch receiver. It's weighted for 250 pounds, so if you wanted to add a cargo rack, if you wanted to add a bike rack, some people even use this little step right here so they can get up to the woolly bear, but you do have that for your use. As you can see above, we have some additional items. We have a rooftop tent set up right now. You do have the option to have a rooftop tent. This is a fairly large one, but you can use a smaller tent if you wanted to, depending on how the size of your family. We have an awning above. This is going to be the 23-0 awning. This is a 180 awning, so it's a batwing style. It's going to spread across the entire length of the woolly bear, so it's going to give you some nice coverage if you need it from the sun, rain. So yeah. Move to the front end of the woolly bear. This is a really nice area. You're going to have some really cool features on the front end. You're going to have a dual battery deck on the front end, so you'll have room for 2 Group 24 or Group 27 batteries. You're going to have a large platform or cargo deck on the front end, so you can add additional items. You're going to have a molly rack on the front end. So this is another cool attachment point. You can add shovels, additional accessories. As you can see, this is a propane mount. This is included in the woolly bear. So I mentioned cosmetic upgrades. So I already mentioned a few of them. The molly rack, the battery deck, or the battery box, the cargo deck, the propane package. You're gonna get an additional riser. The standard comes with a set of 2. The overland comes with a set of 3. As you can see, you're going to have a longer tongue on the front end. You're going to have a more robust tongue wheel jack. Moving down here, you have your 7-pin connection with your safety chains, pretty standard. You do need a 7-pin connection for all of our habitats. That's going to be required if you wanted a habitat. Down here below, like I mentioned in my other video, solar port. All of our habitats are solar capable. SAE plug down here below. Moving to the other side of the woolly bear, this is going to be your largest storage compartment, so all of your large cargo can go in here, luggage, duffel bags, sleeping bags. You're going to notice that we have these cutouts all throughout the woolly bear, even on the interior right here. So you can utilize anything that you see as a cutout for additional attachment points, so if you need to strap anything down additionally, you have that ability. Right here on the back end, here's your spare tire. Down below, I mentioned this being an Overland Edition. The Overland Edition is going to have the suspension upgrade, so you'll have the Timbren suspension underneath. It's going to be the independent axle-less suspension, so just going to be better for those more aggressive trails. And then you also have the improved stabilizer jacks here. So these are all individually operated. You'll get a crank jack for each of these, but this is just going to give you additional stability when you're on the unpaved ground. Then up top we do have the big cargo deck up here, so this is going to be weighted for 800 pounds. So if you have any additional items that you would like to store, kayaks are a popular item, fishing poles, so anything, you have the full length of the cargo deck or the Woolly Bear to store items. And then lastly, one item that I would like to cover is the adjustable risers. I mentioned these earlier. These are going to be adjustable, like I said, so there's going to be available from different settings. Right now this is on the medium setting, but you do have bolt patterns above and below to make it adjustable to help with your garage-ability. With that being said, this is our Overland Woolly Bear. Life